Good afternoon. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Tim Carter, March 17th, 2022. Got the green on. What else can you say? I'm glad you're here, and should be kind of an interesting live stream. I put together a new column on the website about 3 or 4 hours ago at the request of one of my newsletter subscribers, and he suffers from tinnitus, and it's possible that he heard me talk about it on a live stream here. I cannot remember. I don't think he mentioned that. And it must have been because I had shared how I solved the problem, with the help of a local audiologist, a doctor of audiology. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So if you're here if you suffer from tinnitus and you want to know how to cure it, you're in the right place. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get rid of it for you. No medicine, no money. So simple. When I discovered when the doctor told me what I had to do, I just thought it can't be that simple. Just one of those things. I also want to. I think I told you yesterday that I had gone to before the live stream. I had gone to do outdoor radio, and I'm trying to get. I wrote a story about, and it's on my radio blog, and I'm getting you the link right now. I just thought you might be interested in it. It was a really, really fun day, a fun outing because of who we got to talk to. So I'm getting you that link right now. You may want to look at that. It's kind of fun. And then I'll give you one more link before we get started. So if you have not yet joined the Discord, you want to do it. It's not yet at critical mass. It's going to get there. It takes a while. It's only been a little over a week that we started it. Already got over 100 people. That's great. And what the Discord is, just so you know, it's a place where you can have greater access to me. I'm not there all the time, but I'm there after the live stream sometimes, definitely in the morning. And there are different discussion areas. That's about the best way to describe it, meaning if you're getting ready to do a bathroom project, then there's a special area for bathrooms. If you are interested in cleaning, if that's a hobby of yours, you've got cleaning questions, we've got a section for that. So it's basically it's like my website comments on steroids, because the problem with the website comments is, number one, right now they're broken because I've got an older version of PHP running at the website, and it's just not cost effective to upgrade it. I mean, I'm going to upgrade to a new version of WordPress probably in a couple of months, and that it'll fix them then. But in the meantime, but even still, the comments are just comments. At Discord, you can upload photos, you can upload links, you can have conversations with other people. We can start separate threads. So in other words, if you just want to talk about, I don't know, mowing faucets, we can start a mowing faucet thread. I mean, I don't know that I totally understand how powerful it is. You can also have voice chats and talk with people voice, just like your talk on the phone. You can do video chat if you wanted to. It's very, very powerful. So just join it. And then when you get there in the left column, there's a thing that says how to use Discord. If you don't know how to use it, there's kind of a tutorial. So just go up there and click that and just kind of goof around. You can't hardly make a mistake. That's all I can tell you. If you have any questions about anything else about your house while I'm talking about tinnitus, go ahead and put them in the chat and I will get caught up with you. All right. So I can always scroll back and find what you've typed. Oh, yesterday with Marcus, I forgot. Luckily, Will reminded me. And that can happen because sometimes the chat really gets moving. And of course, remember, the chat is what makes the live stream happen. In other words, if you don't put questions in there, then Sometimes I just go away because it's like, okay, no one's interested. No one's got anything to say. So your chat is like the fuel, is the rocket fuel for the live stream. Let's get talking about tinnitus. So, crutch word. I suffered from tinnitus. I still have it. It's not gone away, but I don't notice it anymore. Not much. Only if I think about it. But it probably started for me 20, 25, 30 years ago. I don't know why it happened. I don't know that the experts know why exactly it happens. I mean, exactly. It could be tied to occupational hear loss. I have occupational hear loss because as a young builder carpenter, we never wore earplugs. I mean, it just no one really told us about ear damage. It was just kind of coming of age. But you spend all day around a circular saw and bad things happen. I mean, not only can you cut off your fingers, you can ruin your hearing. And there's just a lot of loud noise around construction sites. Sometimes my tinnitus would be so bad. And here's what's interesting about my tinnitus. I don't know if you have it. If you have it, feel free to describe it in the chat. All right. So I can maybe help you, even though I'm not an audiologist. My tinnitus, if you measure it on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being hardly noticeable, 10 being as if a siren's going off in your head, it would vary. I mean, there'd be days where it would be an 8, where it would be so bad and so distracting, I would have to go take a nap. Then there's other days where it's a 1. And I had never been able to correlate what was happening. Like, was it diet related? Was it weather related? I never bothered to keep a journal. It's a lot of work to keep a journal. Because then you can start to see if there's a pattern. Doesn't matter. Here's what happened. I don't know, about 5 years ago. I don't think it was longer than 5 years ago. I used to volunteer a lot. In fact, that's what my shirt is all about. So this is Mount, what's that say? Northeast Dental, Northeast Delta Dental Mount Washington Road Race. All right, so I'm a ham radio operator. Each summer, there are 3 major, I think now it's expanded to 4. There are 3 major events. There's one foot race where people, and that's what this one is, where people run up the flipping mountain. Most walk. And then there's 2 bicycle races. And you have to have ham radios there, ham radio operators like me, all spread out along the mountain. There's probably 15 of us, maybe 20. In case somebody needs an ambulance, people do get hurt. People have heart attacks. People get dehydrated, whatever. There was this one event, a new kind of event, where I know that sounds crazy. It was a practice event. I can't remember what it was for. It must have been a bicycle race. But the auto road normally opens up probably at 9 in the morning. And the owners of the auto road, it's a private road, they had decided, okay, we'll let the organizer do the practice, but they have to be off the mountain by 8:30. So that means they had to start the practice at 5:30. I mean, it's just getting light. Which means we operators had to be on the hill in position at 4:30, or at least leave the base to get up to where we had to be. So I volunteered for this. All right. I'm a morning guy. So it was a little early, but I still volunteered. And there were, a bunch of us. It was so early that if you were going to drive from home, you would have to leave home at 2:30 in the morning. That's crazy. So a bunch of us went up the night before. They had a nice camp area for us, free camping. And there were maybe 3 or 4 women ham radio operators. I knew a couple of them, but one I had never met before. And we're around this campfire, and I, you just chit chat, and I'm pretty talkative, and I just asked her, I said, "Hey," I said, "What do you do for a living?" And she said, "Oh, I'm a, doctor of audiology." I said, "What? Are you serious?" She said, "Yeah, why?" I said, "Oh," I said, "I've got tinnitus." I said, is there any kind of treatment or medication you can do?" I said, "I went to somebody about 10, 15 years ago, and they said there was nothing you could do." And she just started laughing. She said, "Well, there's no magic pill you can take." She said, "But I can tell you in a few minutes how to make it go away or how it'll stop bothering you." She asked me a few questions to determine how bad it was for me, and I told her what I just told you before. Sometimes it's at 8. Here's what happens when it's at 8. Blah blah blah. And she said, "Okay." So here, then she told me the story, and this is all in the column that I put. I put the link to it up there in the chat. She said, "Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on." She said, "Have you ever been alone and maybe you're out sitting on a park bench or you're just kind of someplace you're not normally at, and all of a sudden in your peripheral vision something moves that and so what's your reaction?" And I said, "Well, of course you always turn your head and look at it." She said, "Exactly right." And she said, "Have you ever been in the woods, maybe stop for a minute, you're out alone, no one's around, and all of a sudden behind you, you hear a twig snap?" She said, "What do you do?" I said, "Oh, could be a bear, whatever. Turn around, check it out." Right. She said, "Exactly." So, I mean, I know you know this and you've probably seen this in animals, but it's also in us and humans. It's real, real, real deep in your brainstem. I mean, it's like hard coded into every human being, and it's there for a survival reason. It's survival instinct. It's called the fight or flight response. You've seen it in animals. Like if you frighten an animal, like a cat, the cat will either A, run away, or dude, it's like it's time to go to Fifth City. Reaches out and scratches you. So that's fight or flight. So we are programmed the same way. So when your brain hears the tinnitus sound, it triggers that fight or flight response. And just like you turn your head or you turn your head to see what's over there, or you turn around to hear why the twig snapped, that's your brain focusing on those two things, those two sensory things that came into your head, meaning you saw something move. So your brain says, find out what it is, hurry, we don't have much time. It does the same thing with the sound. Okay, so when it hears the tinnitus, your brain is screaming at you. This could be an emergency, a strange sound, emergency, emergency, everyone to get from street. Remember that from the Russians Are Coming movie? What a great movie. So what you've done is the same thing I probably have done for all these years. You start to focus on the sound. That's the worst thing to do. All of your attention goes to the sound. You stop doing what you're doing and you start thinking about the tinnitus. You start going, oh, there's that horrible tinnitus. Go away, go away. Right. That's the same thing as doing this. In other words, if something comes into your vision and you turn your head, you just sit there and focus at it. You are telling your brain, like, wait a minute, we haven't figured this out yet. Could be bad. Could be bad. We might be eaten in a minute. Could be a flipping lion. Could be a grizzly bear. But here's what happens in the real world. You're sitting on a bench. Nothing's moving in front of you. All of a sudden, there's movement to the side. You turn your head, and in a third of a second or less, you see all it is a dog, some Cocker Spaniel or whatever, chasing a Frisbee. And you go, oh, big deal. No threat, no big deal. And you basically subliminally tell your brain, just relax, everything's fine. Just a stupid dog and a Frisbee. That's how you cure the tinnitus. So she said, I had to lay that groundwork because you have to understand what's going on inside your head. Laura said, here's the deal. As soon as you start to hear the tinnitus, you have to train your brain to say to it, this is not a danger. This is not a problem. And the best way to do that is to ignore it. And the best way to ignore it is to immediately do something. And it does not matter what you do, but it helps to do something where you have to concentrate. It could be where you pick up a pen immediately on a scrap piece of paper and start to practice cursive writing, where you really have to concentrate to make the letters perfect, just like in grade school. Maybe you pick up a crossword puzzle and really start to do the crossword puzzle. Start thinking. Maybe you go into the garage and you start to organize your sloppy workbench. Maybe you mop a floor. Maybe you bake some brownies, because when you bake brownies from scratch or whatever, you have to be doing stuff. You have to be getting stuff out. You're concentrating. You're making sure you don't spill the milk, the cooking oil, blah. You get the point. You have to do something. It does not matter what it is, but something that requires concentration. It immediately takes your mind off the tinnitus, but at the same time, it tells your brain, don't worry about this. This is nothing. There's nothing to look. There's nothing to see here. It's fine. So I started to do that. I started to do it the next day. Within 30 days, I don't recall hearing any tinnitus because I had trained myself to concentrate. As soon as I concentrated on whatever it was, I didn't hear it anymore. It works. So you have to just understand what's going on in your head, what your brain's doing, and once you do that, you can easily defeat it. And it works. I'm telling you, it works. I'm telling you, it works. So that's the good word. So spread the word about how to, tell people about this live stream. Tell people about my column. Exactly. Hello, Will. Will McSmith. Happy St. Patty's Day. Do you have any questions about tinnitus? I don't think you would, because it's so simple when you break it down like that. Really pretty simple. Do you have any questions about your house? Simple as that. Anything you want to ask about? First of all, we've got some lurkers here. Who are the lurkers? You should really check in. You should really kind of ID, yourself. See, just to let us know. I mean, it's the polite thing to do, right? No one likes a lurker. A friend of mine sent me a St. Patrick's Day joke. It's not clean. I can't share it with you. I'm sorry. But I shared it with a really good friend of mine, a woman, and she thought it was hilarious. And I shared it with Will. And so Will liked it too. Anyway, Steve. Hi, Steve. There you go. Thank you for checking in. That's the polite thing to do. Polite thing to do, There you go. Exactly. Don't want to be impolite. You're just, just imagine I'm your mom. Imagine I'm your mom. You wouldn't be lurking on your mom. Come on. Josh, checking in while working. There you go. Good for you. What else did I want to tell you? Oh, I shared, I shared the link to the at Radio Adventure yesterday. In that story of the Radio Adventure, there is also a link to a video of Dave Benson doing Morse Code yesterday with the guy with Carter Craigie. And they're both going slow. I mean, Dave's matching Carter's speed. Dave Benson, who was in the gray sweater sitting at the table, he can go much, much faster. So don't be fooled by that, how his slow speed. He was just matching Carter. I don't look like your mom. I know I don't. I hope not. I hope your mom doesn't look like me. Yikes. Yikes. Not a good look. Anyway, so if you want to watch a video of Morse Code in action, go to that story. As you read the story, go down. I've got a link for you to a video that is up on my Google Drive. It's about a 3-minute video I know you won't understand it. Doesn't matter. But you can just kind of hear Morse code. If you have, we've got a light audience today. That's okay. Very light audience. I'm pretty excited today. I've been waiting for it. I ordered it about a week ago. I ordered a brand new holster for a firearm that I had purchased back in the mid fall, like in maybe late fall. And I purchased a Springfield Armory 9mm Hellcat, but it's got the optical sight on it. It's very, very cool sight with a red dot. I mean, it doesn't shoot a red dot out. It's got a red dot in this like viewing pane. Very interesting. And sometimes holsters are funny. Some of them don't work well. They don't fit right. They don't feel right. This one was pretty nice. You have to get used to them a little bit. I like to wear them inside the belt, not outside. That way you can conceal the firearm, in my opinion, a lot better. So if you don't know it, I'm a big Second Amendment guy. So, and I added a new decoration to the office today. You can maybe see it right here. It's kind of invisible. It's, this is like a 30, I don't know, maybe 25-year-old fad. It was one of those, it's a thermometer is what it is. And it's got these little globes. Here's one with black. Here's one dark blue. Here's a green one, yellow, and red. And they're filled with different amounts of alcohol, I think. And then there's water right here. And depending on the temperature of the water, these things either float or they don't float. So I was on a mission. I still am. I'm going to try to finish it tomorrow. I'm on a mission to find a shoebox that is 45, 50 years old. We still have a lot of boxes from when we moved that have never been opened. They're up in this loft and they're scattered in 3 different places. And I have got to find this shoebox of photos. So I'm going to hunt. I'm going to continue the hunt tomorrow. But as I was hunting this afternoon, I found this other box that had a bunch of stuff from my old office that had been packed up. I'd forgotten about it. I guess in a way I could take all of those boxes that are in the loft and throw them in a dumpster because I obviously don't need this stuff because I've never gotten it out of the box. But it's really it was fun to find that thermometer. That's kind of a cool thermometer. What else happened? Oh, yeah, it's called an Archimedes. There you go. Thank you, Will. Will wants to know corned beef and cabbage night for you. No, actually, tonight we're doing the Italian thing. I do the material shopping. Most people call it grocery shopping. I call it going for materials. And we made our list up, a few days ago, and we made up what we wanted for dinner. So I said, well, how about pizza one night? Kathy said, fine. So we make our own pizzas. And so rather than make the dough from scratch, at our grocery, you can buy bags of dough that are already made. And it's already risen, ready to go. It's refrigerated. And so we decided we're having pizza tonight. I like cabbage and I like corned beef. But really the best corned beef is, in my opinion, is made by a Jewish restaurant in Cincinnati called Izzy's, Izzys. Go to their website, Izzy. Just type into Google or DuckDuckGo, Izzy's Cincinnati. Wow, good stuff. Archimedes thermometer. There you go. What do you know? Any questions about your house? Just type it in. I know we don't have a big crowd. I got that. So I think the reason why is because most people don't have tinnitus. So they thought, why should I tune into that live stream? So it's kind of an experiment. It's kind of cool. It's really interesting we just lost somebody. It's the more, the topics where people have more pain, we have a lot more people watching. But after this live stream is posted as a permanent video, I know it'll get a lot more views. What was really funny was the reason I titled it the way I did is because one of the keyword phrases is tinnitus earplugs. and it doesn't have a big keyword search. It's got a low keyword index, which means it's easy to rank for it. So hopefully this live stream will rank really well. Actually, you might do an experiment for me right now. If you don't mind, if you got a second, open up another tab, go to Google and type into Google right now, tinnitus earplugs, 3 words, tinnitus earplugs, spelled tinnitus right. It's got 2 N's. And see if you don't see this live stream on the front page of Google right now. Could be there. Only because I'm sure there's not that many videos about tinnitus earplugs. And of course, if you've not noticed it, Google loves to put in the search rankings YouTube videos. I mean, they've been doing that for 10, 15 years because they make money from it. So, they like to put stuff. Understand, remember, I've told you this in the past. Remember, Google doesn't put stuff in the search results that is the best information for you. The stuff that's in the search results at the top of the page, that's stuff that makes them the most money. Got to understand that. Got to understand how this game's played. What else can I tell you about today? I repotted my tomatoes. Today I put them in big 6-inch pots. They're doing really well. I mean, what's really interesting, if you've never grown tomatoes from seed, is when the tomatoes sprout, they come up, and sometimes the seed pod is still on, and eventually there's 2 leaves that pop out, and these 2 leaves are like antennas that start to get the sunlight, and help this thing go. And then what happens is this. Try to show it to you. There's the 2 leaves. Here's the 2 original leaves. This one, and it's really hard to do this, and this one. But then all the other leaves that start to come out of the middle. So I don't know how well you can see that. They just start to come out of the crack between the 2 original leaves. And this one's got a lot of leaves getting ready to go. I mean, it's this one. This is the best one. This is the it's the second healthiest one. But going to be a good tomato year. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to grow them in 5-gallon buckets, fertilize them twice a week out on my deck. Get so much sun out there. It's going to be amazing. They'll be safe from all the critters. It's going to be a good tomato year. I told wife, but Kathy just laughs at me. I said, you know what? I said, I'll show you. I'm going to make a flipping sign to put at the end of the dock, and when the tomatoes come in, and I'm going to say, Rutgers tomatoes for sale, organic, which they are, and I'm going to sell bags of these things for like $3 a piece, and put the bags down on the dock and have a little thing there. It's an honor system. That's how it works up here in New Hampshire. It's really kind of cool. There are all these homeowners that sell firewood for people come out on the weekends. They sell pre-cut, pre-sliced firewood for like $3 a bundle. I'm sure you've seen it at the convenience stores. And they just have little cans that you put the money in. It's all honor system. I don't care if people rip me off. I mean, I'm getting the flipping tomatoes for free anyway. All right, here we go. Will's got a question, I think. Melting snow is seeped into my garage where it meets the house breezeway. That's no good. We'll have to find the crack and block it with caulk or mortar. I have to see photos. I have to. Your description's not good enough for me to give you the best answer. For me to give you the best answer, I've got to see a series of photographs showing me the pathway and where the mortar is. I have to see a bunch of photos. So you know what to do. You know how to get me photos. Send them to me. What's really bad, I mean, the big problem is how in the heck can water seep in your garage? That's the problem we need to solve. In other words, instead of trying to caulk it at the breezeway, that means that the water's still there. We need to stop the flipping water from getting into the garage. So that's what I want to see. In other words, I want to see photos of where the snow is starting, what's causing it. Are there, I'm just giving, you don't have to answer right here. In other words, are there downspouts off your roof that just dump onto the ground right next to the garage where the water's not being piped all the way out to the street? Does the ground slope to the garage? In other words, this is how you just have to look at it yourself. But what is causing flipping water to go the wrong way? Water's not supposed to be coming into the garage. All right. This is like the fewest amount of people we've ever had on live stream. So that's a really interesting experiment. Don't do live streams about topics no one cares about. Now we're down to 3 people. I think it's only Will, Josh, and Steve. Oh, we picked up somebody. Oh my gosh. It's the northern corner that never gets sun. Okay, well could it be is there a bunch of snow piled up there now that's created a dam and the water cannot get away in the yard where it normally would get away? In other words, I need you to I don't know where he is. I need you to start to use your critical thinking skills as to why is the water, this is the only question you have to answer. Why is the water not going away? I mean, here, I'm just going to ask you rhetorical questions. Every time it rains hard in the summertime, like we get a downpour, do you get water seeping into the garage? I'm going to answer probably not. Probably because the water can run away. So what in the world is blocking this water from running away? So that's the first thing. That's what we have to solve. Because the water should be going to the ocean, not to the garage. I don't know where Goodnight is. He could be working, stuffing his pockets with cash. Nothing wrong with that. What else did I? Yes, there's a pile of snow over the foundation. Yes, I'll bet you that's the problem. In other words, like I said, I'll just ask you real quickly. Do you have the water seep into the garage any other time of year? Yes or no? Vanessa, hello. How you doing? It's a very light crowd here today. So I was hoping Will would type a Y or an N. No. Bingo. There you go. So we already know what the problem is. Get rid of the flipping snow and stop piling snow over there. Don't pile any more snow there. And then when it does snow, like a normal snowfall, shovel it away. Shovel it out farther away into the yard. The VA hospitals no longer say tinnitus is on their heads. I don't know about that. That's where it is. They don't know exactly. They haven't really figured it all out. But I can tell you I know how to stop it. That's all that's important. At least I know how to stop it in my head. And I'm sure it'll work for you. I talked all about it already, Vanessa, earlier in the live stream. If you want to figure it, if you want to hear what it is, you'll have to go back and watch it tomorrow. What else did I want to tell you? This may not interest you. I got 2 pads of this paper today, special writing paper, just blank letter paper, but it's very high quality paper meant to use with fountain pens. And I had, my daughter gave me this fountain pen. My daughter who moved out to California gave me this fountain pen. It's wood. It's made out of walnut, but it's a real fountain pen. Real fountain pen. I'll try to put it up there where you can see it. But I tried it on my other paper. Didn't do really well. And so I contacted this other paper company, this other company that sells pens, that a friend of mine who got me interested in fountain pens. And he said, oh, contact that company. And so I wrote to them, and they got back right away. It was really amazing. I was really impressed. And they said, the guy was really helpful. He said, he said, I know that paper really well. He said, we sell it. He said, that paper's a little too slick for that fine nib pen. He said, this other paper should do really well. So I can't wait to try it. I'm going to try it tomorrow morning. I got really interested a couple of years ago, just so you know. I like to do new things. I don't know why, just like, and I'm also very nostalgic. And I never was a really great in grade school cursive writer. I've got some of my stuff right here below me in boxes. I may share it with you one day. I can't dig it out right now. But I was kind of a sloppy writer. And I just thought, you know what? I think I'm going to get back into cursive writing and really, really do well. Because a friend of mine, she was actually my original girlfriend, my first girlfriend. And, we're still friends. She lives in Cincinnati. Um, Kathy and her friends. And this my first girlfriend, she kicked me to the freaking curb, man. She kicked me to the flipping curb. I didn't hold a grudge though. All right. So she has the most beautiful cursive handwriting. It's unbelievable. And she always sends me a Christmas card and a birthday card. And what's cool about it, the reason I think our common interest was, I found out we both went to summer school together. And after our freshman year in high school, and she failed algebra, I failed Latin, but we have the same birthday, so that was kind of cool. So she always sends me a birthday card, and she sends me a Christmas card. But she's got the most beautiful penmanship, and so I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna get interested again in cursive writing. So I just started doing it at first with pencils and ballpoint pens. And if you've not done it, so that, you know what the trick is, it's like anything else, really. Practice makes perfect. But the trick with cursive writing is it's really muscle memory, and you have to slow down at first. Most people, they just want to write real fast because they're in a hurry. That's where it's like it's like driving. It's like swinging a golf club. Faster you swing a golf club. I mean, I know a little bit about golf. Faster you swing a golf club, odds are it's going to be bad. Everything's going to be bad. So I discovered if I just slow down and really think about forming the letters, all of a sudden you really start to get good muscle memory. So all kinds of little tricks. So that's what I like to do. I like to do little things like that. All right, here we go. Vanessa says they would not rate us for the tennis properly. Yes, I understand. They rate it. Present always. Yeah. Well, Vanessa, I got good news for you. In your left ear, guess what? You're going to stop it. Well, you're going to not notice it anymore. You may not stop it, but you're not going to notice it anymore. Just read way up in the chat. I pasted a link to a column I wrote. Go read that column. How is she doing? And will you be moving to Studio B soon? So my daughter's doing well. Starts work on Monday. I have to get started on Studio B. I have not done it yet. I've been kind of bad about that. I've been a little lazy. I got some other stuff going on. So, Steve, if you had standing, here we go. If you had standing, this is a great question. If you had 40 acres of standing Norway pine, what would you do with it? I would probably leave it alone because of what's going on with inflation right now. Because I talked about this a few days ago, Steve. So inflation is out of control in the United States. I don't know that they're going to be able to control it. And most definitely, they're not going to control it in a week or a month or two. You're going to see the inflation get worse as we get through summer. And the reason why is, and here they're doing it with Ukraine. They're doing it with the whole Ukraine thing. I mean, if you're watching the national news, our federal government is like, it's just like they've opened up the freaking treasury and say, here, Ukraine, take all this flipping money. So the U.S. government, I mean, think about this. They're doing this without our permission. They're sending billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of arms to the Ukraine people. And I don't care which side you're on. I don't care. Who do you think's paying for all that stuff? You are. So the spending is out of control, and that's devaluing the dollar, which is causing the inflation. So they have to do a couple of things. They have to stop spending money. They have to stop printing money that doesn't exist. And that'll help inflation. And then they have to raise the interest rates too. And they started to do that yesterday. So why should you not cut the trees? The point is the trees are going to go up in value, and the trees are not cash. They're called trees. That's a good thing. Just like this, you could also put money into things like this. All right. Because these are going to go very, this is not cash. All right. It's called a firearm. All right. So if you buy high quality ones and don't even fire them, just leave them in the box, they're going to go up in value. All right. So don't cut the trees. That would be my advice. All right. Trim out the hard. No, see, I disagree with you. Don't do anything. All right. Vanessa, they enjoy reading that. That's 10%. No funds for that. Orange drink. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Important topic for you as a musician. Well, you must have missed the early part. I already talked about what to do, and here I'll give you the link again right here. Let me give you the link. I talked about it. I talked about everything that's in this column, and if you just read this column, it's like the Cliff's Notes version, but it's very concise and very clear. So orange drink, read that column that I just put the link in, and that'll tell you exactly what to do. Gas, 2.5 times since election. Exactly, right. Food, yes. Yeah, okay, I did. All right. I wonder if they might have artificial intelligences that notice those things. Could just be a squirt gun, never know. Could be a squirt gun. Yeah, I do. I always carry. It's a beautiful. I won't hold it up again. Well, I don't even want to say it. So, I'll just say it real fast. Springfield Armory Hellcat, compact 9mm, ultra compact. Actually, so compact. 13 rounds it holds, and with that optical sight. Oh, the optical sight. For an old guy like me, instead of trying to line up the flipping iron sights, got this tiny red dot. You have to align the dot. And it was easy. And the way I did that is I bought a bore sight. And so I bought a bore sight that shoots a laser out. That's exactly where the gun's pointed. And then you just hold the gun, and then you line up the optical sight with the laser dot. Done. Easy. All right. Good night. Hey, how you doing? No problem. So we got a little bit of a light crowd today, only because I think I was doing an experiment. It's a wonderful, Josh, I'm telling you, I love it. It's become before that, it was a little bit bigger, but I really carried around my SIG, 1911 ultra compact, but this one with the optical sight, oh my gosh. Oh, I can't say enough about it. All I can say is I think that you're going to see a lot more of these optical sight guns. It's flipping amazing. 357, yeah. You carry 4 mags. Wow. I don't do that. The big problem is that even in New Hampshire, I'm almost I don't know the exact term. I think we are our laws are we're a retreat state. So if you get into a situation and you fire and kill someone, first of all, that family is going to sue you, all right, in a civil suit. And then your local government may file a criminal suit against you because they may say, listen, you could have run away, man. You did not have to fire your gun. We checked it all out and you didn't have to fire. So it's not like the old West, man. Not with all these attorneys around. I turned south and to get home. All right. All right. 7-round mags. I get it. Yeah, that's why. This thing got 13. I think you can put 13 in plus 1 in the pipe, maybe. Yeah, duty to retreat. Just like that's what New Hampshire is, I think. Yeah, exactly. I think New Hampshire is the same way. It's really not good. Diane was here. Laws are on this. Yes, exactly. Yep. Inside the home, no retreat. You're right about that. Good night. Outside the home, run like a bitch. Yeah. Connecticut is the Constitution state. Yeah. Which one? Will Smith. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, it's funny. I found when I was hunting for stuff the past few days, I found my original CO2 BB gun. Some really great stories about that. Oh my God. And I'll tell you the quick story about the CO2 BB gun. If you've never shot a CO2 BB gun, the first 2 or 3 shots out of the gun are really like they really go, man, because there's so much pressure in that CO2 cartridge. So I was probably, there's a crutch word. So I was probably, I don't know, 11 years old. And there was a family that lived 3 houses down from me called the Bond Cutters. And a great family. I had a little crush on the daughter, Donna, that was my age. She had an older brother, 2 years older, named Roger, who he and I were like brothers. And then she had a younger brother named Johnny, who was maybe 3 years younger than me. So I had a BB rifle and I had the pistol. And we had this beautiful woods behind our house with a creek. And my next door neighbor always mowed his part of the woods, made it like a lawn. And you could see all the way down across the creek. So one day, Johnny and I had the great brilliant idea, like, hey, let's have a BB gun war. I'm serious. No goggles. And so Johnny goes across and he's got the rifle, and I've got the CO2 pistol. And I mean, he's, we're firing and, you could hear it fire and then you could, if it's a sunny day, you can actually see the BB coming. All right. So, but he's pretty good. He's hitting the tree. I'm hiding behind it. So I run out of gas. I put a new cartridge in. I fire and I hit him in the thigh. He's kind of up in this tree a little bit, maybe 3 feet off the ground. And it's just like in the old Western movies. It's as if it happened 10 minutes ago. He goes, ah! And he falls out of the tree, just like in the flipping cowboy movies. I mean, it was hilarious. And he's crying and I'm like, no, stop crying. And luckily he never told his mom. It didn't break the skin, but it hurt like hell, left a welt, but how stupid were we? Shoot BB guns at each other. Oh my gosh. I'll get caught up. Everybody likes talking about firearms. That's for sure. Wow. Maybe I should name a live stream of that. No, go. They wouldn't allow it. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you got to study the laws in every jurisdiction. Diane, yeah, we did the same stuff. It was more exactly. Wonder if we still have our eye. I just can't believe, and everybody online. I get so many. It's happened. People don't recognize me. Josh, if Jason was here, Jason would say, "Oh, Tim, you're an internet celebrity." Blah blah blah. But there's got to be 100 comments on my YouTube videos. Hey, are you the Ralphie guy? Are you Ralphie grown up? Because everybody thinks I'm Ralphie. And they always say that you're going to shoot your eye out, kid. Oh my gosh. I've never reloaded. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah. No, we can't. I'm not going to do a live stream about, what, not going to do it. But we're having fun here, aren't we? All I can tell you is that's a really great one. If you're in the mood, if you're in the market for a new firearm, absolutely go look at them. And here's one thing I learned from the get-go. Before, I didn't have one for years. I never had one. I only got my first one I bought when I was up here in New Hampshire. And by that time, I had made a really good friend of an ATF agent. And, he's a federal police officer. And I told him about it, that I was thinking about it. He said, "Stop, stop, stop." He said, "Don't buy a gun until," and actually, I take it back. I bought this gun before I talked to him. That was a mistake. I bought a Glock, I forget which model. It's the 40 caliber. And anyway, it's really funny. He said, you should only buy a gun that really feels good in your hand. When you hold it, it's got to feel really good. He said, not all guns feel that way. Believe me. Boy, is he right. The deeper I've gotten into it, some guns, you pick it up, it's like, feels horrible. Put it down. Don't even think about buying it. Yes, Christmas story. What's the ballpark price? I think I paid $700 for it, I think, which is not bad. Can you even buy brand new, really good, what's for less than that? I haven't seen them. Oh my gosh. Oh, so this is kind of interesting. I was reading, I always scan the news in the morning while I'm kind of waking up, trying to get rid of the drag. Because I have to stay away. I think I said this in a past live stream. I don't like to respond to comments or do much online interacting early, because I can be a little I can be a little on muscle, and be a little short with people. So I then just kind of scan the news, and I don't trust any of it. But I learned. I mean, here's the big talk yesterday between Zelensky and Congress or whatever, and so they say, "Oh, we're going to send you all this stuff," and this one article listed all the stuff that we're sending them, and I had never heard of this one thing called Switchblade drone. It's like, what? You can carry it in your backpack. I'm going, no way. So I go online and watch these videos. Are you kidding me? So here's the problem, is that it's really, in my opinion, it's a really big problem for us citizens, meaning if the what hits the fan and we all get upset, I'm telling you what, man, they've got stuff that we don't know about. And I mean, here we know about this, but I'm just saying they've got things like that it's over. They just fly these things right into you. I mean, it's over. It's horrible. It's not like the old days, not like World War II, where you might be having a little, fire. You might be having a little exchange in the woods. If you've not watched the videos about these, I think, what did I say? It was switch. What's it called? Maybe somebody's got it here. What was it called? I don't know. Switchblade. That's what it was. Switchblade. Go watch the videos. Wow. I mean, it's maybe it's like 3-4 inches in diameter, about 20 inches long. It's got its own little tube. It's got a camera in it. You just guide it just like a regular drone. You just got a thing, you just switch it, and you just guide it. You just fly this thing. Boom. All right. Diane says, I know nothing about water guns, but I bought one for home security anyway. Water guns. Well, you got to go to a range. Got to go to a range, and you got to be trained on how to do it. Here's one thing you do not want to do. Good Night might back me up on this, or anybody else who knows maybe more than I. It doesn't take much to know more than I do. Do not, if you're not good with firearms, do not practice like the old Wild West, where they had, the guys stand in the street with their hands like this, and then they reach down, and don't do that. A friend of mine here in New Hampshire was doing that. This older guy, pulling the water thing out of his thing, and pulled the trigger before it was up, shot right through his leg. He got water right down in his leg. Bad. Don't do that. And here's the other thing I'll tell you very quickly. This was taught to me by an instructor. If you're going to squirt water at somebody, if you're going to squirt that, boy, I love your thing saying that. That's not going to tip anybody off. If you're going to get into a water fight, you don't do this. I mean, that's what you see all these people doing. You don't have time to do that. You'd be stunned. Like here's what I want you to do. If your brain is so good, this was taught to me by a professional instructor, a water guy, seriously. Just take your finger and point to a tree, point to anything. I don't care what you point to. It doesn't matter. Just take your finger and point, like this. Just point, and then take your arm down and look down your arm. Don't move your arm and look down it. And you're going to find that your finger is within about a foot of what you were trying to aim at. Like you could aim your finger stand 50 feet away from the headlight of your car or truck and point at it. Okay, so that's how you need to train. One-handed, point. Not this two-handed thing. I'm telling you. There's pros out there. You can talk to other people, see if they feel I'm right or not. So yeah, water. We're going to talk about water. That's all we want to talk about is water. Yes, exactly. Vanessa's right. Get training from vetted instructors. Absolutely. Don't listen to your buddies. Don't even really necessarily listen to me. Yes. Go to Discord for more about this. Yes, you will shoot yourself. Yes. I don't know, Will, about the batteries. Nerf. I like the Nerf. Exactly. And let's not use the G word. Let's stop using the G word. Let's do Nerf, just things, water things, Nerf things. All right. Because you know that they're keen on the G word. All right. So, all right, here we go. Let's get back to some serious business here. Chris 76. Advice on repainting a concrete stucco house floor. Yeah. Great question. All right. I've talked about it before, Chris. Happy to talk about it again. Before you paint anything, you need to understand what paint is. A lot of people don't think about it. And I have to be honest with you, years ago, I never thought about it. Never gave it a second thought. Guess what? One of my really good friends, actually, was my first business partner. He's a year older than me, and a gentleman by the name of John Pendry. He got a PhD in chemistry, and then he spent his entire career at Sherwin-Williams. And early on, one day we were talking, and he gave me a piece of paper, and he said, with a chemical formula on it. He goes, "What do you think this is?" I go, "Come on, John, I don't have a flipping clue." And he laughed. He wasn't trying to make me feel stupid. And he just said, "That's the chemical formula for yellow carpenter's glue." Oh, I said, "That's interesting." Then he handed me another piece of paper. Said, "Look at this formula." And I go, "Well, that's pretty much the same thing." He said, "Well, you're right." But he said, that's the basic chemical formula to one of our, low-line paints." What? He goes, "Yeah." He said, "Paint, it's just glue. That's all paint is. It's just glue." Think about it. He said, you paint glue onto something and it sticks. You want the paint to stick on there, right? And if you've ever taken glue like carpenter's glue and put a little bit on a piece of glass even and let it dry, it sticks there. Pretty interesting. All right. So all that paint is, it's glue with color in it. All right. So now that you know that, who am I talking to? I apologize. The thing's really going out of control here. I'm trying to get back up to where the question was. Sorry. There we go, Chris. So Chris, you have to, just like anything, if you were to try to glue two pieces of thing together and they're dirty and dusty, it's not going to stick really well. So the first thing you have to do is wash the outside of this house. And I don't mean pressure wash it. Here's a great example. if you've ever gone to one of those car washers, like a self car wash that has the pressure washer, and your car is really dirty, and you pressure wash it, and you get that freaking nozzle as close as you think it's safe to your paint, which most people are like, oh man, I'm standing about 12 inches away, because you're afraid you'll peel your paint off your car or damage the paint. So after you clean your car, it looks really great. It's in the car wash bay. It looks fantastic. It's shiny. It's wet. Here's what I want you to do next time. Pull out and just sit there, like drink a soda, drink a bottle of water, get out of everybody's way, let it air dry. And you're going to quickly discover your car's still filthy dirty. Like the really dirt that's really sticking to the car paint never came off with a pressure washer. So if you want to get your house clean, really clean, you have to do what you do with your body in the shower. So what do you do with your body in the shower? You don't just let the water hit you. You take your hands and you rub your skin. All right. So you have to get a soft brush that's made to clean recreational vehicles. All right. They sell them on Amazon. And you have to get some soapy water. And I would recommend that you use this. Use my stain solver, and you mix up some stain solver. You spray that on the house in the shade. Let it sit for 15 minutes. Dip your brush into some soapy water, or take a hand pump sprayer with some soapy water, liquid Dawn dish soap, spray it on the stucco, wash it. In other words, get the flipping stucco clean. All right, now it's clean, dry. Now you're going to go get a good paint. The best paint, I'll just cut right to the chase, urethane. It's got urethane resin. So not all paints are the same. They have very different chemistries. And the stickiest paints are urethane based. You can find them on Amazon. If I think Sherwin-Williams right now that they make a urethane based paint, it's called Emerald. It's the Emerald line, just like an emerald ring. That's all I have to do. And then the last piece of advice is for you are in Florida. Okay, so dude, right now is the best time to paint. I mean, right now, like tomorrow morning. All right. So do not wait till the summer. You need to paint in the shade. You need to try to paint on an overcast day. Do not paint in direct sunlight. All right. So, and I know it's always breezy. If it was me, I would only paint down there in the morning, early morning, before it gets breezy. Because I know as the day goes on and the sun heats things up, it gets breezy. You want the paint to dry slow. You want the slower the paint dries on the house, the better it's going to stick. So that's painting 101. I hope that helps. All right. I'm just getting caught up. Vanessa, something on surface to tell paint. Well, no, you don't read anything. As long as you buy a great paint, remember, Vanessa, the paint's the glue. You buy a good urethane house paint, you're fine. Let me turn down. Stop those little Discord beeps. You buy a good paint and you make sure the surface is clean. It's going to be just fine. For example, I've got a urethane paint on the house here in New Hampshire. We painted it 12 years ago, and now it's fiber cement siding, which is a really great surface paint. It looks like it was painted last week. Nope, not one place on the entire house is it peeling. Yeah, I know. You're blowing it up. Good night. You're blowing it up. All right. All right. Got it. Okay, Chris, you're welcome. You're welcome. Report back. Let us know how it turns out. I'd love to hear. I love giving this advice, but I also love hearing back, success stories. But it's just, and here's the trouble. Most people don't. I was guilty of it yesterday. I get this brand new rechargeable battery charger. It's a very expensive one, but it's like the only one out there that can actually bring back to life like possibly dead batteries. It's got amazing technology. And so I was really anxious to use it, and I open it up and it's got this big piece of paper like 11 by 17, 8 columns, all these instructions. I'm like, screw this. I just want to use it. So I put some batteries in. I don't know if I ruined them or not. And so you've got to read the instructions on the paint can label. Simple as that. Read the instructions. All right. If it says it'll explain on the label whether or not you need a primer. And typically the primer, they tell you what primer to use. So use that primer. Don't go buy some cheap, crappy primer that's on sale at the orange box store. If they say use this primer, they say that for a reason, not to necessarily make more money, but they know that they've tested it and gotten great results. And also, here's a little tip about priming. If you have to prime something, whether it's bare wood or new stucco or whatever, you want to get the best results. You'll often see on the label of the primer, it will say you can recoat with a finish coat in 2 hours or 4 hours. Do it. Do not prime the whole flipping house and then on your weekends and days off, and then come back around a month later and start to finish paint the first thing you primed. If it says you can put the finished paint on in 4 hours, do it. You're going to get a better chemical and mechanical bond between the finished paint and the primer. That's a tip most people don't know. All right, good night. Okay. Good night says, I got sewer smells from my sewer access near my washer machine. This is a new issue that just developed. So is there a trap that's associated with that? Is the trap dried out? Almost 90% of sewer gas problems are a trap that's dried out. Is there a floor drain? What I'm going to do is I will send you my sewer gas book after I'm off. All right, that'll help you. So there's got to be a trap that is dried out. Got to be. Vanessa, I put stain on a fence that is holding up well. Yes, good. You got the mold off. Good for you. All right, good for you. I'm going to be doing a test. Probably going to sell the video. Yeah, I am. I'm going to sell it. I can already tell you. I'm tired of uploading free videos here to YouTube. I'm tired of it. You get paid so little money. I mean, I would only have to sell 10 videos to 10 of my newsletter people, 10 people, to get what I would get in 5 years on YouTube. So to hell with it. I'm done with it. Done putting up free crap. All right. But anyway, here's what happened is I did a stain. I've been looking for a really good deck stain or fence stain. I think I found it. It's now been on 2 years. It went through 2 winters. And I'm going to shoot a video, soon, because the ice is getting thin. By the way, I predict, let's see, today's the 17th. I predict ice out on my lake. It's going to be first week of April. So anyway, which is pretty early. And then I put my dock panels in, and then I'm going to record a video one day. Because what I did is when I had to build 4 new panels, they were bare cedar. I stained them with this, what I think is a really great stain. And I stained a scrap piece of the cedar at the exact same time, let it dry in the exact same place. Once it was dry, I picked it up. I wrote with a magic marker the date and all that stuff on it, and I put it up in my garage. It's been in my garage, out of the weather, out of the sun for 2 years. So we're going to put it down on the regular panel, see how the other stain holds up after 2 years. It's going to be really interesting. Yeah, put a picture in. Good night. In this area, see where your is your washing machine? Is it? Tell me where it is. Is it in its own room? Is it in a basement? Where does the washing machine pipe drain to? I need to know all that information. All right. Any other questions? Any questions about your home? We got some good ones today. Finally, after we stopped talking about Nerf things and water things. But I'll tell you what, this 9 thing that I got. All right, in the basement by the garage. Okay. So in the basement there, look around for a floor drain. You know what a floor drain is? You know, the concrete floor is kind of sloped. Think about it. When was the last time anybody poured any water in that drain? Okay, good. All right, so go down there and send me a picture of it. Just send me, you know what to do. Take a photo of that. You know what to do. Picked up quite a few people. That's great. If you have, so there's a, okay, never, exactly, right. It's got to be the floor drains. Just go pour a gallon of water in it. The odor's going to go away. There are quite a few lurkers here. You could be a lurker. Lurking is bad. Everything about lurking is bad. You should be polite. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying you should be polite and you should check in. You should just check in so I can say hello to you. You may not have a question. That's okay. But just check in. You know. Yes. Will's constantly priming his trap. Good. Nerf. Yes, hit the like button, lurkers. If you're lurking, I mean, if you're going to lurk, okay, all right, could be shy, but at least hit the flipping like button. Come on, you know, come on. Piananon. My wife is going to love you. My life loves you. Oh my gosh. What else do I want to share? Oh, fun experiment. See this pen here, this ballpoint pen? I told you earlier I was looking for stuff, and I found this Archimedes thermometer that had been wrapped up in a box in my garage for 12 years. This ballpoint pen was in the box too. All right. Let's see if it works after 12 years. You never know what you're going to see on an Ask the Builder. So I'll do it live so you can see it. So I have not tested. I've not done this. I didn't prime it. So let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Works well. Look at that. Check that out. Isn't that amazing? These were really good pens. I don't know if they still make them. So it's a, I always remember how I talked about how the Nerf things, like you have to make sure it really feels good in your hand or don't get it. So these pens always really felt good in my hand. So I don't know if you can see that. It's a Pilot, and it says medium at the end. I know it's really hard. It's the white on the clear plastic, hard to read. It says Pilot Easy Touch, Pilot Easy Touch. Really comfortable pen. If they still make them, check them out. That's pretty amazing. It still works, isn't it? All right. So the lurkers did not check in. I upset a few of them. They took off. All right, good. But there's still quite a few lurkers. You should be checking in. You should really check in and say hello. It's the polite thing to do. Come on. I see what's happening as I'm getting these little notifications. There's a lot of activity over there on Discord, which is fun. All right. I can't do it. I'm not able to talk and type. So you guys have a good time without me. That's fine. All right. Here's the question about building. Oh, good night. Repel snake bites. I don't know. But a buddy of mine back in Cincinnati, I think the website's still up. Try it right now. Open up a tab and type this in. Go to asktheexterminator.com. So a good friend of mine started that website. He started it about 4 years after I started Ask the Builder, maybe 5. He found out about my success, and he owned a really big extermination company in Cincinnati. He sold it in the last 2 years. He cashed out big time, made huge money. I mean, he probably sold his company for 10, 20 million bucks. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Well, here's one thing about money if you don't already know it. You may think that people who have a lot of money don't have any problems. They have the same exact problems you have. except they're bigger, and they have other problems you don't have, and those problems are really big problems. So don't ever think that, like, oh gosh, if I make a lot of money, all my problems are going to go away. No, 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 no. It actually gets worse. So just understand that. So in other words, did he take his website down? Does it not exist anymore? That would be a shame. Okay, good. You found it. Good. So type there right now. See if I got to believe he's got an article about stink bugs. So tell me, just look it up. Type in the search engine, see what he's got about stink bugs. It's a fantastic website. The guy is so flippin' knowledgeable. Really, really. He's a really great guy. Oh, mechanical pencils. You want to see a really good mechanical pencil? Here's a really good one. Man, do I love this one. Do I love this one? So this is a Zebra. I don't know if you can see that. Zebra Delgard, 0.5 millimeter, 0.5. Zebra Delgard. Oh my gosh. It's got these springs in it down at the bottom that, really help to make sure you don't break the lead. But a great mechanical pencil. Now, if you want to know the best pencils of all, that's regular old-fashioned pencils, this is what you want. Blackwing, natural. I mean, traditional old pencils with amazing flipping erasers. You can take the eraser out and replace, and you can make I'm trying to pull it out. You can make the eraser longer. So look at this. Here's the eraser. So as you wear the eraser out, you just slide the eraser up and you get more eraser. These are amazing flipping pencils, buddy. And they come in different hardnesses, but the hardest one they make is the natural, the Blackwing Natural. And they come with a special sharpener, a special Blackwing sharpener. So you never know what you're going to learn at Ask the Builder, right? Zebras, they're really great pens. They're really great mechanical pencils. All right. I put some. All right. If you've not gotten into fountain pens, they're not like the old days that leaked. Here's a fountain pen, $15-16 you can get on Amazon. I've got one in red and I've got one in blue, my two favorite colors. But these are Lamy, just Lamy, and amazing pens. I mean, amazing fountain pens. They don't leak. And if you lose it, big flipping deal. All right, $15. But you can spend. It's easy to spend $100 or $200 on fountain pens, which I think they're very overpriced. I think some of the fountain pens, they're just like Rolex watches. Are you kidding me? Rolex watch, probably the same movement as in my LL Bean field watch. Give me a flipping break. You don't need to spend 10 or 20 grand on a watch. All right. All right. So an hour, 20 minutes. Crazy. I thought I was going to bail early because there weren't many people here and I wasn't getting any questions, but I hung in there for you. Steve's not here though. Steve, he might check in a minute. Too late. Too bad for him. If you don't have anything else to say or any questions about your home, I'm going to get out of here. Going to go outside, still light, and enjoy. It's a little warmer. I don't know what the temperature is. You need a watch. I got a phone. Well, if you need a watch, you should. I'm checking to see what the temperature is outside right now. See, it's got to be 53 still. Nice. Oh, there's some rain south of us supposedly. No, I love pencils, man. Love pencils. You're gonna love those Blackwing. I'm telling you, they're amazing. Blackwing pencils. They're amazing. Hi, Don. Whoa. Late because you kept removing silver hair from top of head. Oh my gosh, I've been there. I got my hair cut about 2 weeks ago. So anyway, we've been talking about Nerf things and water things here earlier. I can't show you what it is, but they're shaped like this. They're like Nerf things, but they're not really Nerf things. They're not. They Here, they shoot these things. Wonder, you think they've got artificial intelligence that they can scan for this? You know, they shoot these things. You know what that is? I'm sure you've seen that before. All right. So anyway, we don't want to have it up there too long. All right. So anyway, any other questions? Darts. They shoot darts. Don, do you have a question before I get the heck out of here? Yeah, Vanessa, you are. Well, thank you for your compliment. That's a torpedo. It is a torpedo out of like a miniature submarine. You're right. FMJ, darts. I'm a dart guy. I love playing darts. If we have an Ask the Builder parachute drop or meetup, darts are going to be part of it. I've got a windmill dartboard. I've got 21-gram tungstens. I love darts. Oh my gosh. I love darts. All right. I don't have much else to say. Yeah. They have a flipping dart game. Oh my gosh, darts. So much fun. You know, what's really great about, and I also like ping pong, just, love ping pong. You know, really, they're really good hand-eye coordination games. Pew Pews Fire Freedom Seeds. I don't know what that is. Josh, maybe that's an inside joke. Faber-Castell. Yeah, the Faber-Castells are good. Right. That's a good brand. Freedom Seeds. Okay. Freedom Seed. Oh, got it. Freedom Seeds. I understand. I'm an old guy, okay? You young guys, man, you got to give me a little slack sometimes. I lead a sheltered life for the most part. I don't get out that much. Good talk about all the things. Yeah, and you're exactly right. I think that's what makes it interesting. And what I try to do is I try to share more about me, so you know me, so you know about me. I mean, you already know I like ping pong, like darts. As soon as you master Dvorak, good night, you're going to be typing like crazy. You know, I don't know if you were here on Friday for my Dvorak keyboard show. Oh, yeah, we got to get on Twitch. Yeah, Dvorak, buddy. Woo! Oh man. All right. Any questions about anything else? I don't care what it is. No, you don't need to order. Oh, you don't need to order a Dvorak keyboard. It's already built into your computer. Don't be buying a Dvorak keyboard. You don't need that. It's already built in. Oh man, Vanessa, a Dart meetup. I will bring the smoke. There, now you're talking. Well, we can get this. Like this summer, I could easily set it up. It'd be so simple. So Vanessa, I've told good night. I own 90 acres up in New Hampshire, in central New Hampshire. It's only 2 miles off the highway, all blacktop road. We could do a meetup at the property, have like an all-day picnic. I've got my own earthen mound. I got my earthen mound, 12 yards, 15 yards that we can throw Nerf darts at if you want. You could do anything you want. You could throw anything you want at the earthen mound. I have another one at 80 yards, and we could set up. I could build in an hour. Easily build in an hour out of Luan plywood, a dartboard thing, I would get like a 4x8 sheet of Luan and mount it because the center of the dartboard is supposed to be 5 feet 8. So I'd put the top of it 8 feet up. Anyway, play darts. We could have a blast. We could cook out. I don't have a ping pong table. I had one. We didn't have enough room up here. The house I moved from in Cincinnati was bigger than the house I'm in, so I had to sell my flipping ping pong table. Yeah, watermelon. I love watermelon. So yeah, so we're going to do, count on it. We're going to do an Ask the Builder meetup at the property. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, we could do water balloons just like at the carnival. Put balloons up on the board, hit the balloons with the darts. It's going to be a good time. So anyway, we get to play darts, do water things, torpedoes, whatever. 21 grams, Will. I've got 21 grams. I've got them. Hold on. They're in this drawer, I think. Get some things out of the way here. I'm getting them out. At least I thought I was. Oh, yeah, there. Well, I thought they were in this box. They must be somewhere else. I'll get them out for tomorrow. I'll find them. Beautiful tungsten, beautiful darts. Perfect weight for me. If Josh comes, he's going to have to come a long way to the New Hampshire meetup. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I haven't played darts in a while, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not like we're playing for a bunch of money, just doing it for fun. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go outside. I've been inside all damn day practically. Thanks for being here. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll find the darts. They're really close. I was digging through a box. They're in a leather pouch. And I'll show you the darts tomorrow. Beautiful darts. Had them for, oh my gosh. I mean, I started playing about 35 years ago, maybe 40 years ago. Might mess up my golf. It might help my golf swing. Speaking of golf, I got to send an email to the guy about the league here locally. I haven't heard from him in a while. I haven't heard. I would think that when do the leagues typically start? Like, don't they start soon? It's middle of March. You're in Kentucky. Diane's in Kentucky. Anyway, I got to send him. I got to find out about the flipping league. I'm real excited about playing in the league. All right, Steve, Vanessa, Diane, Will, good night. All the lurkers, all you lurkers that didn't check in, I still love you. Not a problem. It's really impolite. You really should be checking in. So thanks for being here. I'll be here tomorrow. As soon as I disconnect, I'm going to find those daggone darts. They're right here. I'll have them out for tomorrow. And and join the Discord. I got to keep promoting the Discord. Join this. We're trying to get to 200, 300, 400 people. Once we get to 500 people, I think we're going to be pretty, we're going to have critical mass, and we'll start to get regular conversations going. We just don't have enough people there right now to fuel the fire. Yeah, exactly. The lurkers, rude. April 25th. Okay, so yeah, I need to get in contact with that guy again. I hope he did not forget about me. I'm going to do that as soon as I hang up here. As soon as I hang up, I'm going to send that guy an email because I do not want to get boxed out of that league. He said I was going to be the first one because I was the first one that asked about it. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks very much. Thanks for being here. I'm Tim Carter. You've been watching Ask the Builder with the new Archimedes. Well, it's old. It's about 35 years old. Archimedes thermometer. And good thing. All right. And there goes the Discord. It's going like crazy. I know you're having fun on Discord, which is really good. Some activity there. It's wonderful. I'm going to be out of here. Going to have pizza tonight. Pretty excited about it. Pepperoni, onion. No mushroom tonight. Didn't get any mushrooms. Broccoli for sure. I don't know. It's going to be a good pizza. I can tell you that. Have a great night, everybody. I'm going to do I got two things to do. darts, and then send the golf league email. All right. Thanks very much for being here. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for your comments. Spread the good word about the live stream and on any other social media, and make sure you join the Discord. Spread the good word about Discord. Blah blah blah. All right, no pineapple. I actually no. I will put pineapple on. I did get some pineapple. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, pineapple. And no ham though. Oh, bacon. I'll definitely put some bacon on it too. All right. I mean, bacon goes to everything. Do they make bacon toothpaste? If not, we need to invent it. Bacon toothpaste. All right, gotta go. You learned more about me today than maybe 2 weeks combined. All right, I'm out of here. Tim Carter, Ask the Builder. Go to the Ask the Builder website. Sign up for the newsletter. Sign up for the Discord. The more you sign up for, the more you're going to learn. The more money you're going to save. It's only about money. If you don't want to save money, it doesn't matter then, does it? It's going to be a good pizza. I'll take a photograph of it. Share it on Discord. Yeah, that's because we got the recipe area. All right. I'm out of here. Bye.